What's up, everybody? It's Jonathan from LoneWolfDayTrading, and it's finally here. You know, I told Mr. Kitty, what the hell? Okay, that's fine. He can stay there. So today is the first day that I started my small account challenge. Now, this was something that I was talking about that I started at the beginning of the year. And, you know, today it was a good day. Am I completely impressed with myself? Am I, truly satisfied with my trades? No, I'm not. I should have let my winners run and cut my losers, much quicker, but I didn't. I went in with smaller share size just to get back into the routine of trading with small cap. With small cap or penny stocks and large cap, there is a difference in momentum. There truly is. I mean, you're not going to have the industrial traders within the small cap or the penny stocks. So it just takes a little bit to get used to it. Just really to re-verify myself as far as, how much share size should I take? Of course, the buying power is different. Now, if you saw my live stream about a week or so ago, I had my SureTrader account set up. I was going to use SureTrader for the small account challenge, and I decided to switch it over to TradeNet. And the reason for this isn't because I think TradeNet's the best broker in the world. That would just be a lie. They aren't. Neither is SureTrader. Let's just be honest. But with SureTrader, their fees were just ridiculous, to be honest. The platform fees are over $100. The commissions, the ECM fees, they really rack up. I've used SureTrader in the past, and it's not an unbiased look. I've used SureTrader, I've used TradeNet. There are multiple brokers out there, don't get me wrong. But for myself, someone that wants to short, someone that wants to bypass the PDT, it really does limit, what brokers I can use. So I just decided to go with the TradeNet intro account. I have $14,000 in buying power. My maximum stop is $700. If I lose $700, then my account's basically blown up and they'll deactivate it. Now, again, with SureTrader, if I would have, put in the $500, I would have had $3,000 in buying power. So, it was more advantageous to go with TradeNet, in my opinion. Again, I know traders that use SureTrader, and that's completely fine. It truly is. And I'm not here to advocate for one or the other. That's, I could really care less, to be honest. But for the traders that do use it, I mean, I truly support those guys. I really do. I don't want anyone to lose money. And really, whatever works for you is the route that you should go. Again, today is my first day of trading with a small account challenge. Let me know, if you guys want to see me go for like a month or go for a year. It's really what you guys want to see, because I want to, reach out to the traders that can trade, the small caps. Whenever I put out, any type of information of, hey, look at Facebook, look at Tesla, look at, whoever, a lot of the traders can't trade it. It's just the stock costs too much. And it's not the best benefit to, only buy 10 shares of it, because you're not really going to make money off it. The commissions, ECM fees are going to eat you alive. So to actually get back onto that, playing field and really look out and search for the stocks that the, traders that don't have a lot of margin or buying power are trading, I think that's more beneficial to reach out to the traders and for this channel to be more advantageous to them. So again, I'm very excited about starting this small account challenge. Let me know, what you guys think. Any type of feedback is great. And let's get into the video. All right, so the market opens in about 30 seconds. Right now, I'm just currently looking at AMRN. It has very low volume, but it's a very tight stop loss. So it could possibly be something that I'm looking at. Additionally, I'm looking at AXSM. Now, this is one that's up over 150%, really. This isn't a classical pump and dump. It actually does have good news. Test results just came out. So I know there will be a pullback. Of course, it's so overextended, but I'm not quite sure of how much. Now, market's just opened. I'm looking at this, thinking if it's going to break the high of day. Right now we have it at 710. So at 710, it's touching the VWAP and it's just kind of holding there. Again, it's just very overextended, over 166% right now. Now within my montage, I'm actually going to place 200 shares on a market order. Now you see when we're going up right now, our high is just false breaking. The high was 20, 21, 22, false breaking. Okay, we just cut through the VWAP. Yeah, I'm not. I'm actually looking at PCG right now. This is one that I really do like, but I want to close the gap. As you see with the daily, there's just a lot of momentum that it can go up to close it. Now looking back at AXSM, it's touching that VWAP and it's just holding there, and I don't really like that. I do believe it will pull back down because it needs to fill that gap from the previous day. But right now, I think there's still a lot of FOMO, and I can see the VWAP and the EMA are about to cross. So there is something substantial that's about to occur. That's one thing that people need to look at when they are trading stocks, looking at their moving average and also the VWAP. Looking back at PCG, I would like for this to break the high before I look for an entry point. Okay, looks like we're getting some movements coming up to the VWAP right now. I'm putting a market order. I'm actually going to set 150 shares. Looking forward to touch the top right here. Looking for a good entry. I'm going ahead, I'll short it right here. 150 shares. I got an average of 1901. It looks like it crossed the VWAP. Is it going to come down and the VWAP hold it? Possibly, but we'll just go ahead, take a look back at AXSM and see what's going on here. It looks like it broke through the VWAP, but it's still not really a clear decision there. Now we're coming down. I'm looking for a good break. Looks like 1879 starting to build a wall of sellers, so that's always good to push the price down. I have 50 shares within my montage just to take a partial. Looking for a good point, and I just took 50 shares off. Just realized about 18 bucks, so that's not too bad. I was risking about 20 cents, and I just took my other 100 shares off. So I'm looking back at PCG right now. This is one, it came down, it touched $18. I got out way early, and you know, that it happens. I'm not very excited about that. But if there is another run, I'd be interested in actually getting back into this trade with smaller share size, only 100 shares. As you can see, I have 100 shares within my montage. I'll set it to my market order right now. We came up, we just touched the VWAP. I put in 100 shares. Now, I want the VWAP to hold this down, but another thing, and like I said with the other stock, is the moving average and the VWAP are about to cross. And when they cross, normally there's something substantial that occurs. So I need to keep that in the back of my mind when I'm actually trading this stock. Now I put 50 shares back into my montage for a partial. I don't really like how this is acting. Again, it's touching the VWAP and it's coming back down. But again, I have an average cost of $18.60 with 100 shares. I don't want this to break the high day because it does have a lot of momentum from the previous day's low where it can fill that gap even more. And we are very early in the day. Again, the moving average is holding it up, and we're forming a bull flag right here. If it breaks over the previous 1 minute candle, I'm just going to get out of the trade because I don't really like the way that it's acting. Still hoping that when they do cross, it's going to be for downward momentum. But of course, I don't know the future, unfortunately. So hopefully when they cross, it is in a downward momentum. But again, it could be just filling the gap even more. So I just really have to be on the lookout for that. So it looks like we're coming down. We're having good momentum downward. I just took 50 shares. I took a slight partial. But again, there's still a lot of buy orders that are coming. It's about even for buyers and sellers right now. The bull flag is forming. We're coming down. We're touching the moving average. We're holding between the moving average and the VWAP. So, you know, this is something that it's either going to bust up or it's going to bust down, and hopefully it goes down. But again, there's a lot of room for it to go up to fill that gap from the previous day. I have the 50 shares right now, and I'm just going ahead and give it a little bit more time. All right, I'm going to head and get out of the trade. It's starting to break the bull flag. So, you know, it could be a short squeeze. I made $49 for the 2 trades. These are actually my orders right here. If you just want to go ahead and take a look at everything, you know, not hiding anything. Now, looking at the VWAP and the moving average, we can see there's some pressure upwards, and they're about to cross. So, and there it goes. It just spiked up. Thank you all so much for checking out my live trading video. Now, with my first trade, I had a beautiful entry. I truly did. It had a beautiful spike, and it had a nice sell-off. As we saw, you know, it went down $1 after I had exited the trade. But, you know, I didn't let it run, and, you know, it happens sometimes. I didn't want to be in the trade a long time because from the previous day's low, there was a lot of, you know, it had a capability of going even higher to fill that gap. Now, with the second trade, I should have got out much sooner. I let it run against me a little bit more than I wanted. So being up about $50 on the day, I can't complain. It's about 10%. But again, as you saw, the trades could have been sharper, and I am my biggest critic. I truly am. Maybe a little too hard on myself. You know, people ask me, why don't you celebrate your wins? You know, when you have a loss, you're really hard on yourself, but when you have a winning day, you just don't seem to really care too much. And it's just because, you know, I could always do better. I could always do better, and I always strive to be better than I was the day prior. So that's just something that I live by. I believe you shouldn't be too hard on yourself, but again, that's just kind of how I am. Again, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I truly am excited to, you know, really submerge myself back into the low cap stocks, because that's where a lot of traders begin their journey, is trading the smaller cap stocks. And that's the basically the people that I want to reach out to that are just getting into the market, that need help to, you know, really, you know, where to start. So again, very excited about everything. I truly do appreciate everyone's support. You know, it doesn't go unnoticed. I really do appreciate it. Let me know, you know, if there's something that you'd like to see. I just opened doing crypto again. A lot of people ask, you know, this is why crypto? You're a day trader. But crypto is where I started, basically. You know, I was into cryptocurrency, and then it kind of died off, and I'm getting back into it. So I do all trading, really. Anything finance is something that I'm interested in. And I know a lot of people are interested in crypto, and I believe it has a lot of potential in the future. Again, thank you all so much for viewing my video. It means the world to me. It truly does. This is Mr. Kitty and Jonathan with Lone Wolf Day Trading. And stay green.